One of my mentors, a gentleman by the name of Bill Kitchen, who later invented the indoor skydiving that you see. He invented a ride called the Sky Coaster that you swing down. I have a scar on my face. I was the test pilot for the Sky Coaster. Could have died on that one a lot. Had several bungee jumping companies. Bill Kitchen was the entrepreneur's entrepreneur. But I remember at 16 years old, Bill Kitchen, and I was friends with his son, Michael, as well. They had a totally different life than I had. They had a pool inside their house. And I remember Bill says to me, Matt, you got a tie? I said, no. And he said, I'd suggest you get one because we'd like to invite you to Los Angeles with us for a little family vacay. I went and found a way to get a tie. My shirt, I was 80 pounds back then. And I got the tie. I went on the trip. But this moment happened. And this was the second moment where I was like, I'm onto something. And this changed my life. And for the listeners that don't have this moment, I want you to live this moment through me, because I'm going to tell you something that changed my life and made me tens of millions of dollars. And if you listen to what I'm about to tell you and you let this sink in, your life will change too. We went to a restaurant called The Palms. It was in Beverly Hills, California. I remember looking at the menu and I was shocked because as every poor person, you read from right to left, price. And I remember making a joke about the cost of the lobster. And my mentor, Bill Kitchen, said, have you ever had a lobster? I said, absolutely not. He said, you're getting the lobster, right? So suddenly it was a great moment for me. I'm ordering a meal that is more than the cost of food that my family spends for a month on one entree, right? So I'm eating my lobster and I'm feeling pretty good about myself, okay? And I start cracking some jokes and I start making some comments and everybody at our table's laughing. And I noticed some of the other tables around us are looking at me a little bit differently and laughing too. One of those people at one of those tables was, boy, when you were a young kid, this was one of the few people you want to have look at you. It was a lady named Vanna White. I don't know if she's still doing this, but the show was Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
White turned, but it was freaking Vanna White. Yeah. And she was right over my shoulder. And she apparently liked some of the jokes I was making and some of the things that I was saying. And she got up to leave with whoever, boyfriend, agent, I don't know, was a very well-dressed person in a suit. And I felt a hand on my shoulder. And I looked and it was beautifully manicured nails. And I looked over my shoulder and there was Vanna White. And she says, kid, you're pretty dang funny. And here's the moment that I'm telling you. It's not Vanna White has to touch your shoulder. Nobody has to touch your shoulder. Here's what I realized in that moment with my stupid tie and my shirt that didn't fit. Oh my God. It's like the Matrix was revealed to me. I was like, wait a minute. If a skinny kid from Boulder, Colorado that picks up dog poop to learn lessons in life can somehow find himself inside the Palms restaurant, getting along with everybody else, a member of the crowd, fitting right in to the degree that Vanna White is touching his shoulder and paying him a compliment. What the hell have I been thinking all of this time? Because being poor or being average or being anything, even there's plenty of rich kids that have the same problem, and there's plenty of rich, poor, and average adults that have the same problem. Damn it, Bart, they think that the great things, Ritz-Carlton, suite at the Ritz-Carlton, driving a Bentley Mulsanne, owning a 55 Porsche Speedster, being friends with Vanna White is reserved for some sort of alien species. And bam, it hit me like a ton of bricks that, wait a minute, there is no Illuminati. There is no alien species. They build Ferraris for people with 2 hands, 2 arms, 1 head, 2 ears, 1 mouth, 2 eyes. And anybody can have anything. It's just you have to believe that you fit in first. So from that moment on, I suddenly was like, wait a minute. It's not that this life is for me or isn't for me. It's that there's a whole life out there and there's no door that is locked to anyone. You just have to realize what the key is. And if you slow the hell down and take the time and set a goal and have good intentions, for example, I will pick up your dog poop, right? Not act entitled. Good things will happen for you. And that's when things started to, that's when I started making money from my business. That's when I came up with other ideas.